Hey everybody, welcome back. If it's your first time here, then welcome. Today's video is going to be a compilation of a couple of videos that I did way back in the mid-2000s when I was in high school. Now these are all, two of them. The first two are of some riding that some friends and I did on a motocross track that I built. I've recently gotten back into riding dirt bikes. I used to be really into it in high school. I started too late in life to be any good, so I wasn't good, but I did have a cool track that I built primarily with a John Deere 4440 on some land that my parents owned. And then I also happened to have friends that had skid steers and dozers, so over the years it kind of took shape, and it ended up being a pretty cool track. It was really sandy. It was probably about a mile total length by the time I got done with it. And it was actually open to the public at one point, and I did end up having riders out and charging them for that. But it kind of fizzled, didn't last very long. But my friends and I continue to ride it. I'm actually, in the description of this video, I'm going to post a video that was posted by another guy, Brett Q. If you're really into motocross, you probably know who that is. But I'm going to link the video on his channel. Him and some other guys went and rode out there, did a video on it, and it's actually pretty cool, so definitely check that one out. But the video, like I said, that follows here is just some that I put together in high school as part of like a computer class, and I just wanted to kind of put them up here as a way to preserve them, to let you guys see them and just preserve them for my kids to watch someday. So, like I mentioned, the track was built in the mid-2000s. It was called 358 Motocross Track, which was named that because it was 3 miles down the dirt road from Highway 58. And then it was located just south of a little town called Ringwood, Oklahoma. Now the property has since been sold. I've moved out of the area. So like I said, just wanted to throw this up there and kind of preserve this footage just for fun. At the end, if you stick around through the whole thing, I'm going to go ahead and add on maybe the first video that I ever filmed, which was me doing a air filter cleaning tutorial on a dirt bike. So hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, it's Jed Young, and today I'm going to show you how to clean the air filter in your ride. Now, if you ride in the dirt at all, you know that your air filter, that is going to get a little dusty, especially if you ride in Oklahoma during the summer. Now, this is a major problem, as restricted airflow is going to cause a decrease in performance. And also, it could lead to some engine damage should that dirt or sand enter your engine. Now, first step, we're going to take off the seat to access the air filter. Place it safely to the side. Now, as you can see here, this air filter is still pretty clean, as I just changed a little while ago. But for demonstration's sake, I have a dirty air filter here that we're going to clean. Now, I like to keep two filters on hand because, you know, there might be a time when your air filter's dirty and you want to go riding and you really don't feel like cleaning your air filter, so you want to have an extra on hand. As you can see, this one is dirty. This is what a dirty air filter looks like. Now, a new air filter is going to look a lot like this. Now, to start off with, we're going to get some solvent. Clean all the old oil out of here. Now, a lot of people like to use various solvents, but I like to use gasoline. Clean your filter. If you're using gasoline, such as I'm using, you want to just pour it on here pretty evenly. Make sure you get enough, because it's going to take all that oil and dirt right out of there. Now, this is a nasty job. Some people prefer to use gloves, but if you don't have any open cuts or anything like that on your fingers and you don't care if your hands smell like gas, just go ahead and use your hands. Now, once we get all the old oil and as much dirt as we can out of there, now the next step is to clean your air filter out with some good soapy water. Start here by getting some warm water. Not so hot that you burn yourself, because that's bad. You want to get good warm water, fill your tub up pretty good. Now, some companies such as Twin Air offer tubs to clean and to oil your filter if you want. Alright, next step is to add some soap in here. I like to use Dawn because it's a good degreaser. So you just want to pour a generous amount. Now, once you've rinsed it out, you want to get it good and dry. Now, you can do this with a towel. If you have a good oil, it's going to chase all this water out of there when you start to oil it. Or you can hang it out in the sun to dry, or you can put it in your standard dryer. Alright, now that your filter is completely clean and you're ready to oil it, you can reuse the same tub that you used to clean it, which I like to do, or companies such as Twin Air, as I mentioned before, offer separate cleaning and oiling tubs designed specifically for this. Now you want to make sure if you're reusing the same tub that you get all the water out of there. You want to get a good very tacky foam filter oil, such as this Bel-Ray, which I like to use. Works really well. And then you want to get your filter here and apply a liberal amount, because it's all going to work in. Now, as you can see, I think it is a little bit dirty, and I do believe I'm going to go ahead and change it. This is good because now I can show you the next step, putting in your freshly oiled air filter. Now, you can just put the filter in straight, but I like to add a little bit of grease around the edge just for an extra seal. Some guys don't like to mess with that. They don't like to get their hands dirty, but I say if you can have a little bit more protection, you ought to go for that. Now, you want to apply a thin coat of grease along the edge. Not too much, just enough to get a good seal. Okay. Now, once you've applied your grease, if you so desire, to the edge of your filter, you want to ease it down into the box. Try not to get any dirt on it any more than you have to. Slip this on. Now, you want to go ahead and get her tightened down. And then go ahead and check along the edges to make sure you've got a good seal all the way around. Because if you don't seal good, then you're going to just be letting dirt right into your carburetor, right into your engine. Now that your air filter is all clean and freshly oiled, go ahead and slip your seat back on. Bolts back in. Go ahead and tighten her down. That's all there is to it. You're ready to go ride again.